Yeah.
We can.
What?
So
We're
this is
looking
where
at the houses.
Wait, where's our clickbait house?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
I'm looking for the clickbait house.
Where's our clickbait house?
We had one
Live
job,
next to
dude.
Russell Wilson for the next couple months.
One job. Jeez.
Dang it.
We actually have a show, which is crazy. Welcome to Clickbait Sports, folks.
Hey.
I'm Tom.
Are you really Tom, though? You keep saying that, but
I'm
that
Tom.
just seemed like it might be just a reflex. But speaking of which, that is Tom Grossi.
I'm Tom.
That is 5 Points Vids, the resident Mets fan who's probably losing his starting pitcher due to arm fatigue. And that is Brandon Perna.
Parna, what'd you get, buddy?
Ooh.
Damn it, Taco.
Honestly, that's the gift that keeps on giving, brother. Gift that keeps on giving.
Tacos.
Lot of tacos.
Mhm.
Lord Taco basically pays my mortgage every month.
Hey, dude, nothing wrong with that.
Hey, and I had
200 for
tacos
$100.
last night, and I'm going to have them again tonight for leftovers, Lord.
What tacos did you get, man? I'm just curious.
We made them.
Do you thank the
What type of
Lord
meat,
taco before you eat those, or you're like, bless you?
Yeah. Well, we actually did 2 meats last night. You know, you got your ground beef, Mexican ground beef, and then I did a green chili shredded chicken mix that is pretty good.
Honestly,
How deep into the off season are we that we are talking about tacos to lead the show off?
Dude, tacos are amazing, though, man. If you get a really good taco, add some nice cheese, seasonings, maybe a little pico de gallo on a flour tortilla.
It's the
I like
perfect
how
food.
you, yes,
really
I
is.
like how you just explained tacos to me. I appreciate it.
The only problem with
I mean,
the taco is you can't really store it in your pocket.
Well,
can with pizza, though.
congratulations. I think we know who's winning.
God, what the
And
fuck?
you know what? I'm happy with that. I'm fine with that.
What was the punishment? Oh, yes, my punishment idea was that Brandon should have to dress up like Taylor Swift and do a whole show as Taylor Swift, and
I'd rather
only be
dress
able
like Taylor
to
than
speak
Mahomes. So.
in song lyrics from Taylor Swift.
Very much so.
Shooters has electrical problems. So for everyone asking,
Yes. By the way,
he wired his house incorrectly.
Well, I mean, that's most Cowboys fans are just wired incorrectly in general. So
Ooh,
it's
that's
fine by that.
true.
That was a good burn right there.
Definitely.
That was
But
strong. He's not even here to defend himself.
in the meantime, we're talking about electricity. We're talking about the NFL offseason. We're talking about bucket lists. We're talking about offseason. We're talking about just getting into the nitty gritty of just the grind and the madness, because free agency is going to be coming up in a couple of weeks. The players are going to be moving left and right. We've got
Combine
4
next
teams here. Combine next week, too. So everyone's going to be flocking to Indianapolis, and they're going to be ogling at all the quarterbacks and dreaming about brighter tomorrow. And speaking of brighter tomorrows, not Brandon Perna, you've got a big situation with your quarterback, Russell Wilson. So give us a gist of what's going on there.
Russell Wilson is going to the Steelers, and we all know it's true. And honestly, I really hope this happens, Tree, so we can do an episode where I bequeath Russell Wilson to you and bless you with all of the views that come along with Russell Wilson. In my last video, I said if Russ goes to the Steelers, that move alone will take Tree to 1 million subscribers.
I don't know about that.
It is gold, my friend.
Is it days of our Steelers again? Is this
It is a
what's going to
gold
be?
mine.
And I actually think he could help your team. That's the weird spot with Russ. I'm in a situation where I wish we wouldn't have pissed him off, and the plan was just to pay him for the next 2 years while knowing we need to find his replacement, versus paying him to not be here and still having to find his replacement, and also likely having to find somebody else to start because his replacement is probably not going to be ready to come in right away.
Plus, we're talking about that dead cap hit, too. So, I mean, you have to trade that as well. I think with Russell Wilson, he's a low-end starter. So, I mean, he didn't really exceed the expectations of that contract, but maybe the lower contract couldn't be a bad idea.
2 things. If Russ Wilson goes to the Steelers, Tree, I think apropos punishment would be you creating Brandon's football boner video, but like sarcastically. And also the thing with Russ is like his skills are clearly declining. So anybody that acquires him is acquiring a rapidly depreciating asset.
No.
And so like I just don't see him carrying the steel. Like how is he better than Kenny Pickett, who seems to have a higher ceiling than he is better right now. But why would you continue to employ a quarterback who's going to do nothing but decline when Pickett has the potential to increase?
This is the before and after, like with the Steelers with Kenny Pickett and then with Russell Wilson. That photo was just sitting in there, and I thought it was perfect for that.
Well,
So
I did that for Rivera and Dan Quinn. That's classic. For the Steelers, this is like the great debate because there have been a bunch of different rumors going around. Like some people want Kenny Pickett. There are rumors that they want Mason Rudolph back, even though I think he's gone. I think they've given him a bad shake around here, and he's just going to audition for a backup role somewhere. There are some saying that they're favorites for Justin Fields. There are some saying that they're favorites for Russell Wilson. There's a rumor about Ryan Tannehill out there. It's the equivalent of the mid-'80s. You're looking at like Cliff Stout, Mark Malone, or David Woodley. Like those are going to be your three guys for Steelers football.
Those are some deep cuts.
I mean, everyone complained, like the older hats complained about Bubby Brister. This is pretty much where we're at right now. So, we're in late 80s mode, and
Bubby, you were a Bronco before, a Steeler, you know?
Bubby Brister, well, he was a Bronco, won a couple Super Bowls with you.
Yeah, Bubby was great. I think
backup.
Russell Wilson, because if the Broncos do the post-1st June designation, the Steelers can sign him for the vet minimum. So you're paying next to nothing for him, and I think you get a significant upgrade over Kenny Pickett. I don't think his skills are diminishing the way Adam suggested. I think it's like he can still make all the throws. He lost weight, and he was quicker last year. He's still just Russell Wilson. And this year, his biggest battle, I think, was trying to play with Sean Payton. And I don't think Sean Payton was going to push Russ.
Mac Jones.
And I think you have to call like a limited offense with him. But if you have a strong run game, which the Steelers showed that they might, like the Steelers could have a very good run game next season, he's going to be fine. Like if Denver had a top 10 run game, they would have made it to the playoffs. And that's not like wishful thinking. I'm not trying to inflate who Russ is, but that was the thing that held us back. It's like our run game was okay, but it was never more than like 3 or 4 yards, and we couldn't get the big plays. And I swear to God, based on my luck, he's going to go somewhere. He's going to play for cheap, and he's going to look good again, just so Broncos fans are even in a deeper level of hell. That's what I believe.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like you just said, you're not trying to inflate his value, right, Brandon?
No, he's frustrating to watch, but he's not the worst quarterback.
That's what it seemed to me. Like he's.
But you even said, I want to take your words. Well, I'm going to paraphrase your words, Brandon. You know what was his stats last year? 28 TDs and 6 or 7 picks. And you said, don't let those stats fool you because he was actually pretty bad, even with those stats.
This is Russ. He is. If his box score is really good, he played worse than that. If his box score is really bad, he played better than that.
That's fair. That's kind of a Daniel Jones syndrome too.
Yeah.
Or even a Josh Allen. Yeah. Did someone who got a hundo?
God damn it.
Not me.
I think you're gonna get punished. I think Taylor Swift, you might be might want to put that cheerleader outfit in the shopping cart now.
Pie. Dude, French silk pie is delicious, though. I would let that drive my car, 100%.
Do you know any Taylor Swift songs?
Hold on.
Oh,
wow. No, that's Beyonce. That's Beyonce.
You don't know the one? She wears short skirts. I wear
Love Story is an easy one.
She's cheer captain, and
I do.
Anyone in the audience that's young out there, any young single males, learn the Taylor Swift songs, because I went out with J&D. They live in my town, and some 22-year-old girl was singing that song to me, and I knew the lyrics, and I was able to sing it back, and she was like, "Oh my God, you know the lyrics?" And I was like, "I'm an adult. I know the lyrics." So if you're gonna learn something to pick up girls, learn the
not gonna learn it, because I do not want to give
Swift.
my wife the impression I'm trying to pick up girls.
But if you're single out
Shake it
there,
off. That's the one I know. That's the one I know.
Well, there's also
I
the
just couldn't remember that I knew it.
the classic Denver Broncos song between Sean Payton and Russell Wilson. We are never, ever, ever getting back together.
and we are never getting back to it. Lord Taco is paying your mortgage. Brandon
Jesus
Perna.
Christ, stop it. You
Peaches.
You know, honestly, dude,
you're gonna be
embrace
wearing
them, man.
short skirts.
I mean, honestly, embrace those legs, dude. You got to really shave those legs and really get that shine. That's where T-Swizzle shines, those legs, man.
I want to see a Kansas City Chiefs mini skirt. I want to see Brandon in a Kansas City Chiefs mini skirt with a thong on.
That's a little too risque.
With Travis Kelce underwear on.
Yeah, the
I
worst
just
part.
thought about this.
You took a little.
I have thought about this. I have, who else needs to do stuff in the off season?
Well, I think a certain New York Giants fan does, because if you think about it, Saquon Barkley will not be tagged with the franchise tag. So, what are the future plans for the New York Giants? Mr.
Okay,
Barkley?
so let's talk about Barkley. Barkley is likely not going to be a New York Giant, unless he would be doing himself a disservice to re-sign with the Giants, on the open market. Definitely a team like the Cowboys will overspend for him just to kind of stick it to the Giants. Maybe even a team that's desperate to establish a run game, like the Patriots or something like that, that is just looking for a veteran running back. But, the Giants have to kind of let him walk. The real debate now that I'm seeing online is, do the Giants stay at 6 and take Joe Alt, or trade up and get one of the prize quarterbacks, the Daniels, the Drake May, or who's Caleb Williams, which I don't, he's going number 1. But to me, I think the Giants should draft Joe Alt, stick with Jones one more year. You're probably, if he's garbage, right, you're going to be in the same position. You're going to be in position top 3 to grab another quarterback, or you make the playoffs again. Joe Alt would be that piece that you're needing on that line, because then you could move Evan Neal to, you could have Thomas on the left. Neal, you would move to guard, and then Joe Alt at right tackle, and it would just be a very formidable line for the Giants. So Alt is the right pick, if you ask me.
Alt is the right pick.
Control, Alt, delete.
It seems like you're suggesting that the New York Giants should go to the sewer for Shadeur in 2025.
Yes, that's what we'll do.
No, they're winning fewer for viewers.
Well, I would if they draft Alt, there will be less salt from me. That's the run.
You have to remember, you were cheering the Evan Neal pick at the time, and he is not.
Seemed like he was good.
How many seasons what season is Evan Neal in, though?
Third year coming up.
Third year.
And he better develop.
Yeah,
he's
got a chance.
large man.
Dude, it took Garrett Bowles forever, and if it eventually worked out. I think we're a little impatient with offensive linemen, especially tackles. But I do respect that you want another lineman. That is a very boring but mature thing to wish. With what are you guys at, 6 or 5?
6. So we have 6 overall.
Yeah.
And
as
to
lame
me,
as a thing as you could desire at pick 6.
Yeah, I want to be alt right.
But it's probably what you need the most.
Yeah. So, anyways, I would very much like that as the pick. And yeah, Daniel Jones, as long as he stays healthy or whatever, if they end up being ass again, then you're in prime position with a good line to add your real quarterback. I think in today's modern NFL, you need a stud quarterback like a Jordan Love who's on their rookie deal, or a Caleb Williams or a CJ Stroud who's on his rookie deal, where you get a star at a discount. And
Or you just don't get any wide receivers and still win, back-to-back Super Bowls and be the Chiefs.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that too.
sure. But yeah, I would rather see the Giants do the smart thing than the Washington Commander like off-season splash thing.
Is Tommy DeVito quarterback 2 heading into the season?
Like I said, like if you watch the film on DeVito, he's awful, right? He's not a good quarterback.
Don't you dare say that.
That'll get you killed by a bunch of Italian Americans, dude.
That is anti-Italian.
Okay, but watch the film, right? He had a great story. He had his Linsanity run, but he's limited. Okay, and yes, he could be the backup quarterback for sure, but he's not. There's a reason why he was Daniel Jones's backup.
Tom, did you talk to his agent in Vegas, or was that just Bart?
So it was just Johnny, because we were talking about Tommy DeVito walking up the stairs to go into Radio Row. And as we go, I literally turn and see his agent at the corner of my eye. And Johnny's like, I got to get a picture. So yeah, it was great.
Does his agent wear makeup or something?
Oh, I have no idea.
Did he? Because Scooter got a video of him and he looked like surreal. He doesn't look like a real person.
Maybe he's AI.
He is AI. He's not an act. He's a hologram. He's like the Tupac hologram.
Anytime something goes wrong in my life from now on, I'm just be like, it was AI.
Yeah.
You didn't pay your taxes. AI, man. What can you say?
Mm-hmm.
What can you say? You ran a red light. I think it was probably AI.
Scooter's
the AI
here.
assembled a green light.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Scooter's getting rewired in his house.
He's because of AI.
Yeah.
It's all AI's fault. Allen Iverson, baby.
I know I still owe some punishments. I need to do the muffin,
a lot of
and
punishments.
I need to I have the apron already, but I did do something that was requested of me.
Very nice.
I brought a mini-sized bottle of Head and Shoulders across the country into Vegas, and this was the last point I could bring it closest to the stadium, because they're like, no, you need to throw that out. So yeah, that was the last one. But
They were like, "Why do you need Head and Shoulders? Like, are you going to go into
I need it.
Are you going to go into the stadium bathroom and just wash your hair and just be like, I'm wrapping up, guys?
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Technically, you're allowed to bring this in, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
let
it
you.
makes it's like you shouldn't be bringing shampoo in there. I'm like, I heard the bathrooms are really nice, guys.
Are the kids putting this in their drinks to get drunk now? Is that what this is for?
It didn't work out this way, but I think it was Comeback Player of the Year was like their sponsor on the NFL Honors was Head and Shoulders.
Oh, nice.
So if I had to announce that one, it would have been
dude.
it would have been perfection.
He came back from having dandruff. Comeback Player of the Year.
Talk about your redemption arc, though. Like, you got to show them. You were just like, I got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it wasn't even like I don't even blame Head and Shoulders, because like it was a marketing company like on their behalf, and like they just messed up and then sent me a bunch of shampoo instead of Super Bowl tickets. So yeah,
I
it
think
worked out.
RBT was there. Did you see RBT? Did you meet RBT, Sam?
Where
He was
this
at
year's
the Super Bowl. Yeah, I think he went.
Oh no, I didn't see him.
Yeah.
Oh,
I met him during 30 and 30 because we bought him out
that's
for
right.
30
That's
and 30,
right.
So
Okay.
yeah,
I have a question. Did everybody have the number 23, Tom?
yeah, because so that was like the fan of the year jersey because of 2023. Yeah.
Oh
Last year
yeah,
was 22.
The
and it's
year.
21.
I do have a question. Are you going to get that jersey framed, or are you just going to wear that during streams now?
I don't know. Like I have it right now. It's just like hanging up in my closet. I wore it for a bunch of streams during that because the Packers were going on a run and they lost with it, and I was like, all right. But yeah, I don't know. I might wind up getting it framed because it's
That's a memento, man.
yeah.
I also think that it was hilarious that they gave you like the worst seats possible to watch.
They gave me the Jordan Love family seats
Yes.
with the Chiefs. It was perfect. But like dude, those tickets are still $7,000. Like, we obviously got them for free, but like those are still like $7,000 a pop. So, and I will be honest, like we were literally in the back, like 407, like the last row. The view was pretty great.
Oh, there's no bad seats in that.
It still looked really good.
Yeah. Who's the actor that you were on stage with?
Justin Hartley.
Yes. How did it feel standing next to someone who's that good looking? And you're just, I mean, not that you're not a good looking guy. It's like, you're just like, did you feel like you're not even the same species as him? Like what's
Yeah,
that
I mean,
like?
I was like, okay, yeah, like there's no way that I can frame that this is going to look really good. Like, there's just, all right, we're just going out there and we're just going to have a big slice of humble pie. That's
Right.
it. So,
and you're 6'1", he's like 6'4",
I wish I
6'5".
was
Like how
6'1".
many
I'm just 6. I'm okay with just being 6, but
There's
listen,
no
I'd love
way
to be
you're
6'1",
just 6.
but, yeah, no, he's a tall dude. And it was funny because I met him like 30 seconds before we were gonna go on stage because he wasn't in the green room and he wasn't at rehearsals the previous day. So he came up to me and like introduced myself and I was like, hey, like I'm presenting with you. He goes, you know what we're saying out there? And I was like, because I had gotten like the script the day before. And I was like, yeah, here. And I was like, there's a teleprompter there. Like, you should be able to see it. And listen, I'm just happy I didn't mess it up. So,
So he was completely ad-libbing because he's like, they're not going to fire me. I'm freaking the dude from This Is Us.
I'm CBS Tracker.
Right.
Which,
and
by
you're
the
in
way,
your room, like in a robe, like practicing your lines.
I do hate the Vikings. Yes, that was a running joke with Johnny and I too. Like every now and then, like I just like I do hate the Vikings, just different inflections. But the best part is you mentioned This Is Us, like, and he got the name Kevin Stefanski wrong. His name on This Is Us was Kevin. Like that was his character's name. So like it just was. He was a nice dude. Like it was super funny and like yeah, it was a good time and it wasn't me. I did get the trophy. Unfortunately, when the NFL shipped it, it wasn't shipped very well, and it did come broken.
Wow!
It was
It's a
broken.
treasure chest.
Yeah, it was broken. But yeah, so like there's hinges, and like this hinge is broken, and it's like on this. It's just 3D printed, but I'm either gonna have to get a new one, which I emailed them, which I'm probably not gonna get a new one, or just glue it.
Yeah.
Honestly, you probably best just like jimmying up a new hinge.
I could fix that for you. I'm very handy.
Yeah, it's just it honestly
Ask
takes
Brandon.
some super glue. It wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
Is there a
You never
hidden,
did the hand for me.
hidden Captain Morgan bottle in there?
There is not. No, they sent me one though. They sent every fan of the year they sent like this large box and it came with like a bottle of rum, like that jacket, like an Uber gift card. It was super nice.
Oh, that's so they got swag. That's nice, dude.
No, the jacket's really nice. It's really cool.
Was there, and I don't know if you've talked about this with Brandon, was there anybody at the award show that you were just stunned? Like you were like, whoa, you were starstruck by them?
No, I don't think so. I mean, like there's players like came up afterwards and stuff, and like CMC was in the back. I will say the green room was pretty crazy. So when I got pulled from my seat, head downstairs, and they're like, "Okay, this is Tom Grossi for the green room." They're like, "We're not letting anybody in the green room." And they're like, "Well, he's gonna present, so like he has to go there." And like they had a call and do this whole big thing, and I was just like, "I'll wait outside. I don't care."
Yeah.
Eventually, they let me into the green room, and like it's pretty small. Yeah, like it's a little larger than this room, but this room is not that big. But whatever. So there's like a bar, and then there's like just like some seating stuff, and just people standing in the middle. And in the middle, Tyreek Hill was talking to Justin Jefferson, and I'm just like standing over there. And then Deion Sanders walks in, and then he starts talking to them, and I was like, "This is crazy. I have nothing to contribute to this conversation." Though.
Right,
so,
right.
like,
No one's gonna be like, "Oh, you're that YouTube."
I'm gonna be a wallflower and just kind of just like take all of this in. But yeah, it was that. Like CMC was there. I saw him backstage, but yeah, nothing like crazy for the honors. It was just really cool to be there.
Dion was probably like, "Yo, Tyreek, I can get you triple what you're making right now in NIL money if you come play 1 year with the Colorado Buffaloes."
Yeah,
You still have 1 year of college eligibility left?
I don't know, maybe.
Were there any hot chicks? Did you see any beautiful women where you were just like, "Oh my god"? Like I would, that's a natural question to ask. You're telling me you saw CMC. I wanted to know if you saw any like outstandingly attractive women.
Bro, I was looking for football players. I was like, "Oh, that's Drew Brees." Like, "Oh, Ray Lewis is here." Like that was
Ray Lewis was there.
Yeah, I was just nerding out, dude, because it was football players. that was me. I was just like, "This is freaking dope, man!" Like it's just
wasn't the AVN Awards, Adam.
And then I saw Mark Murphy after I won, which was awesome.
Not bad. But let's get back on topic here, mainly with the Green Bay Packers. Speaking of them, relatively interesting offseason coming up. New defensive coordinator to replace Joe Barry. What are your objectives or your bucket list for the dream Packers offseason?
Yeah, Jeff Hafley. So he literally just had his first press conference with the Packers media. And it was like a lot of it was like coach speak, but he talked about like adaptation a lot, which was really interesting. He talked about the need for Levin. What? He talked about the need for safety and stuff. And so like I imagine either in free agency or in the draft, they're going to be looking at safety pretty early on. So I did not see any Jimmy G. But besides that, I think they're probably going to have to get a running back. Aaron Jones, they're intending on him coming back. But at the same time, like we don't know what A.J. Dillon, like his contract is up. I wouldn't be surprised if he walks. And so need a running back, definitely need a safety. Potentially corner as well, depending on what happens with Eric Stokes, because he came back for a hot second, then he got hurt again, and he's just been dealing with an injury. So, yeah. Well, secondary help is what I'm trying to get through this segment for.
Well, you guys need it. You're good on quarterback. Lucky you. You lucked out again.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
It must be nice. Mm-hmm.
It is nice.
You also got to meet him, Jordan Love.
I did meet Jordan Love. Yes, that was really, really cool. That was really, really cool. Met Jordan Love, met Aaron Jones. Yes, met Brian Branch. The Brian Branch story was actually amazing. So on Friday after I won, I was in Radio Row the next day because of St. Jude. And I'm like walking around. I was doing a couple spots. And this guy yells out to me. And he's just like, Tom Grossi. And I was just like, oh. So I walked over. I had no idea who he was. And he goes, I'm Brian Branch's brother. And like we had like a 15-minute conversation.
No way.
He's just like, you always supported my brother because like that reaction went viral of like me wanting the Packers to draft Brian Branch and the Lions took him. And then I wound up meeting Brian Branch like 30 minutes later. And that was super funny. So yeah, the players watch. They definitely watch.
That always surprises me. I mean, they don't watch me, but they, oh, there's another 100. Let's see. There's another hundo.
God damn it.
It ain't me.
That mini skirt. We're getting closer to that mini skirt.
I think we've already won this immediately.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good one. $19 million in fines, and the NFL buys Tom's cheap ass plastic award.
It's definitely
from
3D printed.
It's 3D printed, which makes it even worse.
It's definitely 3D printed. I mean, listen, I think we all know that it's much larger than that. Like, that's really cool. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it means a lot more than whatever trophy or medal I was gonna get. So, yeah, it's pretty damn cool. It is pretty damn cool.
Did you try any of those games, the football games that Ben Kurt was doing?
Johnny did one of them, and then when I went to go do it, they're like, "Oh, like players are coming through," and I was like, "That's a lot more important than I am," and I left. So yeah, no, those folks actually hooked me up with talking to Aaron Jones though, so it all worked out.
Oh, nice.
But so I will say, and this is something that I definitely like want to experience in the future and something like that. If you have like kids, like the NFL experience thing that they have like the week of the Super Bowl, like it's incredible. Like they have the Lombardi that's there. They have all the rings. They have like the trophies. They have games. They have so many, they have autograph signings. Like it legit was just such a cool like family like environment for the NFL experience part. And it was dope.
Do they have Coco Melon? They have Coco Melon?
No, they didn't have Coco Melon.
Yeah, and Carmi ain't going to give a shit.
That was the first time we cussed.
Yeah, we'll be waiting.
Yeah, I mean, Scooter's not here. It's okay.
I know we can cuss and given our own freedom, we
that's what we're scared of. But we're already conditioned. It's like Pavlovian dog. Once the jocks end, suddenly now we're conditioned to not swear on this program.
Nice.
We're getting soft.
Yeah, I wanted to do that throwing game to show Ben Kurt how much better I am at throwing a football than he is.
Yeah, buddy, there's no shot.
I watched him throw a few balls, and sure they were accurate, but I was like, I'd shatter his score. After you beat him in Madden, I was like, I could take him down. Easy.
Didn't Ben Kurt throw a ball so hard at you, Tom, that it almost broke your hand?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that happened a couple times. Yeah,
it's not how hard you can throw it.
Right here, and then one went back. Yeah, he like has one like he threw like one of the hardest balls at the combine, like in combine history. Yeah, it was like I think it was like 58 or something.
Miles per hour.
Yeah.
Josh Allen has the record. It's only like only, when I say only, it was like 75, 76 miles an hour, which is sick for a freaking football, absolutely insane to go over 70 to throw a football for sure.
Yeah. Last year, Jaron Hall had 57. Clayton Tune Houston had 58. Tanner McGee Stanford had 58. Those were the highest ones.
That's crazy because like a fastball is going 97 miles an hour,
yeah,
which is like twice as fast.
Jacob Eason, he had 59.
Mm-hmm.
Steven Montez, 59.
Those guys, those NFL, they're
Will
athletes.
Greer, 59.
Wow.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
Have you guys seen that old clip circulating it was like a Pro Bowl skills competition where like Drew Bledsoe throws the ball like
that circulates like every year.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Jim Harbaugh only throws at 60 and he's like so happy about it.
That was really cool though. Me. I met Chris Berman, who knew who I
did?
was. Chris Berman's my guy. Like I grew up with loving Chris Berman. So I was literally just wanted to like shake his hand and be like, hey, I appreciate you. And he was just like, you're the guy who went to 30 stadiums in 30 days. So like we had a good 15-minute conversation. It was one of the highlights of the entire week.
He looks like he is as great to strangers and people as he looks on camera. Like he looks like he would just be a really nice guy.
He was super nice. Yeah. Josh Allen, by the way, was 62. Wow. Josh Allen was 62 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that one is. Boom. That's pretty high.
Yeah, that's the record is 62.
That's pretty
If I had to present the trophy to Mahomes,
would you drop it on his foot?
Yeah, I would never be allowed to attend a single NFL game, event. I wouldn't be able to talk about the NFL ever again.
Do you think that Goodell would grab some goons and just take you down into the basement and just take, you would never be seen from again if you...
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I'd just be like, no.
You got to meet Goodell too, right, Grassi?
Yeah, I didn't. So when he was in Vegas, I didn't meet him. I met him in New York. But yeah, because he came down for like a photo thing, and like there was a bunch of fans who hadn't met him before, so like I kind of stepped to the side and was like, "Go, meet him."
Right.
So yeah, I met
look at you, big timing the other fans. You're so nonchalant about it now. You really are different.
I mean, I want someone else to have that opportunity. Like that's not. I already had that opportunity. It's only fair.
You're so fucking likable.
Papa Grassi in the house.
Oh, Papa Grassi in the
What's
house.
up, Diamond Dave?
Dimebag Daryl myself, but.
Are there any?
It was known as Diamond Daryl.
Isn't there some news tree that we?
Yeah, there is. There's been some big news on the punter front. Matt Araiza, the punt god, has secured an NFL job, signing with the Kansas City Chiefs, which means that Tommy Townsend will more than likely be a free agent.
Holly not gonna be happy.
So, I mean, there are a lot of people who ain't gonna be happy, but he was cleared. And
no, I meant more because she likes Tommy Townsend. That's why.
I thought like she was upset about Araiza.
Yeah,
but
and Tommy was a good punter too, which is
one of the best punters in the league.
Yeah, which of course the Chiefs are like, hey, we can get a little bit better at one more position.
Well, it's not even better. So I would love to hear what Isaac Punts has to. He's a former D2, D3 punter,
Division 2 punter.
Yeah, punt expert. When we talked to him on the dumpster fire, he said that Matt Araiza wasn't even the best punter in that draft. So they could be just trying to get cheaper, and maybe they see it as they've got to kind of be wizards with the cap, and they're getting Araiza at a discount for sure because he's going to be on a rookie deal, and maybe he's gonna. But you see how they they got it, and there's probably not going to be much pushback or negative PR around it. But he was in hot water for a while.
Yeah, he didn't play.
Yeah.
The thing, too, you have to remember with the Kansas City Chiefs, they need to sign L'Jarius Sneed and Chris Jones. So you have those two places to figure out. So you got to drop cap wherever you can, which means Tommy Townsend, great punter, but you're going to save a few million by going from him to Araiza.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and Araiza was cleared of.
He was. All charges were dropped.
Wasn't just that they were dropped. He was He was cleared.
Exonerated. Yes.
Yeah, exonerated. So like I think that's important because he was accused of, sexual
Awful
assault.
things.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a horrible story. And I think they were able to piece together video evidence
that he wasn't even there.
He wasn't
Yeah.
there.
Well,
So,
he wasn't there at the time when it happened.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he was at the party, but he had left.
Yeah. So that's something, that's important to know with like the Chiefs
100%.
signing him.
Yeah.
So Chiefs probably just figure out another fucking thing to be good again. Cool.
Uh-huh.
Sweet. Kansas City.
Like they were tweeting, what was it? Like that Isaiah Pacheco, all he knows is like Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's good.
This must be the worst time of your life, Brandon. This is like how
John Elway walking out, dude,
yeah.
and giving them the trophy. Like I saw that on the big screen. I'm like, why is John Elway here? And I was like, Brandon's not gonna be happy.
I think it was the 25-year anniversary of his MVP trophy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was,
I think it's like
Larry
50,
Zonka,
25, and 10. Like Larry
Yeah.
Zonka was the first.
Zonka gave it to Elway. Yeah.
Tree or Tom, which of your division rival fan bases would you find the most insufferable if they had a Chiefs-like run in your era?
Oh my god. It's definitely that's tough. The Vikings are probably it's between the Vikings and Bears.
Yeah.
Like if the Vikings all of a sudden got good and they went from 0 rings to now having multiple rings, it would be insufferable. The Bears fans would be pretty bad. Like they'd be pretty bad because they haven't had one since the 80s.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Bears with Caleb Williams could happen. Closest thing to Mahomes we've had in the draft for a while, some think.
What about you, Tree?
It's got to be the Browns. With how bad they were, the close proximity, look at what happened when they acquired Deshaun. I mean, good Lord, it's going to get bad.
If Deshaun Watson,
There's the problem when you contain that sort of
years.
that optimism, and it just bursts out like just sheer explosion. Like, look at what happened with New England. Like they were terrible for decades, then they became completely insufferable. And I mean, maybe it happens to the Chiefs, but I mean, you're in the middle of dynasty stage right now, so maybe that time comes. But like, it's usually the bad fan bases that finally get sustained success. They're the ones that burst out, kind of like the Vikings.
Yeah. They've been bullied so much.
So you find it like Browns fans are harder to deal with than
It's the local proximity. Browns Steelers was always a great rivalry for a long time.
Because like I see like Chiefs fans and Bengals fans go at it a lot. Like Chiefs and Bengals fans hate each other. Bills and Chiefs hate each other. Bills and Bengals fans kind of hate each other, but I think less so than they hate the Chiefs. So I'm surprised it's like not the Bengals because, they can be good at. What about Ravens fans?
Y'all hate each other.
Yeah,
like,
it's more of a weird.
It's
like fist fight / mutual respect. It's weird. It's that old Browns Steelers route.
It really there is like a level of respect there because it's like, oh, we're just gonna beat the piss out of each other.
Just,
like every time we see one another.
It's like I fucking hate you, but at the same time, it's like you know what? You're building the right way.
It's like a hockey. It's like a hockey fight. Respect, right? It's like
I like the way you do business.
Sophomore. Right.
Like
we're gonna drop gloves.
Now
we're
I'm just gonna
fight.
break your legs.
Yeah, we're gonna both look at each other in the penalty box and just be like, all right.
Although I feel like peak hate between Bengals and Steelers was the perfect era and AB era. Like that stuff was pretty intense.
That was intense.
Well, I mean,
that was a violent rivalry.
And that's
that
why
was
they
very
self-destructed. If they didn't have Vontaze and Pac-Man on that field, the Bengals win that game.
Yeah.
Because like right now, if you think of like most hated rivalries that kind of get because we had like the Seahawks 49ers for a while was like center stage. Like that was Richard Sherman. Like there was the animosity. I would say like right now, Eagles 49ers are really high up there because they just hate their players hate one another, their fans hate one another. Like they do not like each other. It's pretty fantastic.
Bills Chiefs is getting up there. They are really not liking each other.
Bills Chiefs keep beating the shit out of them.
Yeah,
it's like Steelers New England back in the day.
Yeah,
not like. Oh,
whoa, that's a take.
Dude, that'll get you killed, man. That'll get you killed around here, dude. Like you're getting an army of Yinzers that will be hunting you right now. So go under an assumed name, lay low for a couple weeks, you'll be fine.
Yeah, the AFC South is probably the nicest rivalries. They're like, how you doing there? You know,
I don't know. They can get pretty bad. I remember what Uche said. They can get pretty nippy.
Yeah, no, a lot of them
bad.
don't like the Titans. Like the Titans get crapped on a bunch. But that's why I loved Falcons and Saints. I love the fake knee and get a touchdown. Good. Build that rivalry. We need rivalries.
We do need rivalries. We need hate. We need pettiness. Why do we watch reality TV? For the pettiness.
We love pettiness.
I think Iron City beer, I'm guessing. Like Iron City. They call it Iron City.
Yeah, Saints Falcons. Saints Falcons.
Do we have anything else? Should we just call it?
Gumbo is for winners.
Well,
I think we know who's wrong, so I mean who's wrong. God, who's getting punished?
It's Gumbo for winning. Well, it's got to be Scooter, right? I mean, he's being punished just by being a Cowboys.
Yeah, I transfer it to Scooter.
No.
I'm transmitting
we
my
can't do
punishment
that.
to
We
Scooter.
can't do that. Come on.
That's right, baby. We back. When we coming back again? I don't know.
3 months.
1 in 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 4. Brandon Perna's checking his money's crying at the score. Cause he's looking now, he's got a draft like Taylor Swift. And he's gonna show off his mid-drift. Oh yeah, so sexy. Sorry.
Gonna have to be a little more specific than that one, Jay.
$68.47.
I am $81.94. I am a happy man. 5. What did you get, sir?
I got $7. Did a fan send me this in the mail?
I literally made
I
100 times more money than you said.
this.
Honestly, you know what? That's a good thing. That means you're going to do extra special for this.
Brandon, what you got, buddy?
727.
Wow.
That is the rivalry
Well
of
done,
the century.
man. Well done.
Oh.
Taylor
How'd you do
Swift.
for love.
Taylor Swift. You better learn some Taylor Swift songs, buddy.
Okay, here's the thing. There's another song thing I got to do. I can't be doing 2 song things.
No. You have to speak through her lyrics. So, like, if you want to say
speak through her. What do I got to do? Say it.
All right, so
okay.
are we saying dress up as Taylor Swift, but with a Travis Kelce jersey? Yes.
I mean, a skirt, yes, and yes, a Kelsey jersey, probably,
Okay.
or maybe one of those jacket. You know, like dress as her at the Super Bowl, basically.
Okay.
You know.
And then for an entire clickbait episode, can only speak in Taylor Swift lyrics.
Yes, he can be like, well, you know, you guys, you belong to me.
Yeah. Russell Wilson, it's a love story. Baby, just say yes.
Yeah, and then basically, you know, Russell Wilson wears short skirts and you wear sneakers.
You guys just play clips
T-shirts.
of guys getting concussions, and I'll respond by saying, "Shake it off, shake it off."
And that's
That's what they did in the 80s.
Yeah, you have to leave a blank space. What you should do? No, actually, what you should do is just have a list of all their songs, and you have to work in the song title into everything.
I'll work it. That sounds like a challenge I can handle.
Yes, like
We
that
haven't even
Adam
talked
the
about
Weatherman guy.
The worst part of Taylor Swift.
What about her?
All right, this is where football fans are really going to pay, and her relationship with Travis Kelce has taken Travis Kelce's celebrity to a level where now he's got agents meeting for his Hollywood career as an actor post Super Bowl, maybe while he's still playing. We're going to be watching Travis Kelce in movies, okay? And I don't think we're going to like it, but we're going to take it. We're going to take it.
Yeah, he's going to have forced cameos in whatever show that is hot at the time. You know what? I mean,
they're trying to build a show around him, a new reality show, like all this shit. We're going to get so much Travis Kelce.
I want more Jason Kelce.
I know.
That's
I was done with the podcast. I had just accepted that, like, oh, Jason Kelce's awesome. Travis Kelce, they have a good chemistry. I like it. And now I'm going to have to go back to hating Travis Kelce.
They should have a show where it's just Jason Kelce and Ryan Fitzpatrick, like basically going to like it should be Man versus Food, but it's Jason Kelce and Ryan Fitzpatrick just going around eating whatever awful food in every city. I would watch that in a heartbeat.
Shirtless. Has to be
shirtless. They would have to be shirtless in the coldest temperatures, drinking beer, and maybe having a frozen beard of beer.
Okay. Trey, what you got coming out?
Well, I just released NHL All-Star Break Haters Guide to Eastern Conference, Western Conference, super late, and I completely understand that. I just had a huge backlog to get through. So next video might either be MLB free agency or the Columbus Blue Jackets. I haven't decided yet.
Nice. 5.
I have every team's worst GM coming out, and Brandon and Tree and Tom, you all we'll talk after the show, and you can give your guesses as to who you think it is.
Brandon, what you got?
I just uploaded a video about the major flaw for every top 2024 QB draft prospect. So it's just about all the big quarterbacks in the draft.
Nice.
So hopefully one of them play for my.
I'm doing members Q&A at 6:30 Eastern, so in 40 minutes. Links are on Patreon and the community tab. That's what we're doing today.
Very nice. All right.
Do it. Folks.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks so much for watching.
I know. We actually did this. We should do it again sometime. Maybe next week. Maybe
we'll do it next week.
Yeah, this is fun. We did
Clickbait Sports, and you have been clicked.
Yeah. This was the first episode of this
you got to join the
All right, if anyone wants to date me, send me a DM.